Hey, you got time for a beer? I know I do. My name's Jake. Welcome to my show. It's not Thursday, but I have some time off, so here I am. I have for you Zólupez Cerveza. Um, I guess it's from Zólupez Beer Company. Zólupez Amber Ale, Mexican style craft beer with cinnamon and cane sugar. It's from a brewery out of Utah. Apparently, Zólupez Beer Company is where they're from, or where it's from. You can find me on Untapped, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, all at tubajake_69. I like hearing your stories, so if this reminds you of a story, because usually these things remind me of a story, tell me. I like to hear about them. And there go all the Instagram people. Thanks, guys. All right, so their history. At Mexicano fiestas, our drinks would have a touch of piloncillo, cane sugar, and canela, cinnamon. Remembering those fun experiences, our craft cerveza fuses time-honored ingredients with barley and hops. Result a rich, malty, caramely taste profile found in various artisanal ales of Mexico City. Zólupez craft beers are authentically inspired by our family's Mexican cultural heritage and traditions. That says that in Spanish, the traditions part. Salud. Javier Chavez, Jr., founder and brewer. Zólupez.com. So Zólupez Beer Company, apparently. They're in Salt Lake City, like I said. The crazy thing about this is that it's 5%. I have no idea how they made a 5% beer in Utah, but apparently you can do that now. I know when I was there, you could not do that. And the Coors was 3.5% and very super disappointing when I had to lug a full case of Coors back to my room and everybody's gonna drink it, and then it ended up lasting us like only half the night, because it was gone, because it was only 5%. But I mean, that close to Colorado, and you don't have actual Coors, is disappointing. I've told you guys why I was in Salt Lake City, right? When I went with the basketball band. I'm sure I've mentioned it before. But it was a lot of fun, and being in college and involved with the band was tons of fun. So this is supposed to be an amber lager, or an amber ale. It is amber, which is nice. There's supposed to be cinnamon and cane sugar, which my guess would mean that it's supposed to taste a little bit Belgian-y, and that's not my favorite. And cinnamon also not my favorite, so this will be different. I was kind of hoping for a little bit of spice. If I remember right, I'm not sure if the spice that I was tasting was from the spicy chicken fingers that I was drinking or eating, or if it was from this that I was drinking the last time I had it. But I guess we'll find out, won't we? I mean, it smells like beer. A little bit live, even. Like it's still being processed by the yeast. I only say that because I've smelled that smell before, and I've made that smell before when I've made beers. Bitter like a beer. I guess that's good, right? It's sweet. I'm not. Oh, that's what that is. It's a little bit bitter. I'm thinking that the taste that I'm getting, that I think is cinnamon, is mostly tree bark. Like, I'm not getting what you'd expect, like that sweet, spicy flavor that you get with cinnamon. Like, this tastes a lot like bread. A lot like bread. Which is kind of expected with the with the cane sugar in it too. Just because that's what you'd expect, I guess. Right? Amber lager or amber ale. This one's an ale, not a lager. The difference between the two is that the lagers, the fermentation happens on the bottom, usually at colder temperatures, and then with the ales, the ale yeast ferments at the top, usually warmer temperatures. Still only like you try to keep them right around 60 or 60, maybe a little bit less than that, maybe a little bit more than that. I mean, depending upon where you're fermenting it, it's going to make a difference. Yeah. What does this beer remind me of? Beers that I've made. I tried making an amber lager before, and it turned out a lot like this. You know, throw it on oak chips because it's supposed to taste good, and then it tastes like wood and whatever beer you're supposed to be making. It's all right. But yeah, I drink another one of these, another two of these, but it tastes like there's bark in it. It's not that that's bad. I mean, it's the flavor that they're going for, I guess. I was expecting more cinnamon, I guess. Something more like a snickerdoodle was what I was hoping for, I think. Would have been pretty good. But that's not what we're getting. We're getting, not that. We're getting, yeah, tree bark mostly. Which makes sense because that's what cinnamon really is just tree bark from a cinnamon tree. Let's see, what else do I have for you? I got the day off today because I got to go to a different store, the same chain of stores that I work at, but a different one, and I worked a third shift, and we had to catch them up on their general merchandise load because apparently they're a couple behind. So we did that last night. There were like 10 people from my store, and then like 6 from a store that's up a little bit further north. And I know it was about an hour from the store, from my store, and the one that's north of us is about 20 minutes further. So at least another 20 minutes for them to get down there. And they're like, wow, you're from a long ways away. I'm like, well, yeah, I guess. But then also, it's where Horrocks is. So I go there a lot because that's where my girlfriend's from. And her best friend and her best friend's daughters are from right around there too. So I got to gas up right underneath the giraffe. So that was kind of cool because there's a giraffe that sits on top of the gas station at that Meijer store. For a little while, they were re-roofing on the gas station, and they put the giraffe in by the dumpster because, you know, you don't want people to run away with a 16-foot giraffe, and people might if they think you're throwing it out. But also there's a gate on the on where the dumpster is, so it just kind of looked like it was sitting like in a corral kind of thing. It was cute, would be my guess. That's why they did that. So I had to flip my schedule. It was super great. An extra night day thing. So I got like running on like 4 hours sleep today. I'm gonna go to bed real soon. It'll be super awesome. Flipping a schedule back is way more difficult, I think. But not too bad. The worst part is I had to take a paid day, because that's how you have to do that, or else I'd lose one of my days off, and I didn't want to. So I've got plans, things to do, people to see, things Yeah, whatever, something like that. Yeah, so a great day. We got accomplished what we needed to get accomplished. And I got to get new beer. This was not it. I actually got this one from my Meyer store, because we got this one and another one from this brewery, Ale-Zólupez, out of Salt Lake City. So it's nice. We're getting new beers because we haven't for a while. Yeah, I mean, it's a very light flavor, but it's tree bark. It might be better with, I guess cane sugar is traditional, but honey might be pretty good too. And being in Utah, they are a honey state, so might be a thing to think about. Maybe it's something special. Brass Cafe and Saloon, that's in Mount Pleasant, if you've ever been. It's kind of nice. Not like super nice, but it's a bar, so for a bar, it's pretty nice. It's got the brass rails and all that nice stuff. So anyway, I've got a quote for you. The quote is from Jackie Robinson. He's a baseball player, in case you didn't know. Broke the color barrier in, well, I think in sports, but in baseball in particular. He said, "A life is not important except in the impact it has on other lives." Yeah, lives. I wrote that down. I wrote it, so it's tough to read from this far away. Life is not important except in the impact it has on other lives. So, you know, whatever you do, it's going to impact somebody. And that's where the joy of life comes from, I think. Yeah, like that. I like that. So anyway, I'm ready to get out of here. I'll let you go about your day. I'll see you next time when you got time for a beer.